Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and today we're gonna be invading, looting and pillaging a European microstate. You know this little state in the border area between Italy and France? And no, I am not talking about the Principality of Monaco. Monaco will be pillaged on Friday. Today is Wednesday. Today we are in Seborga. Or actually, we are not yet in Seborga. First we need to pass the border guard, a veteran with a fierce dog. And here is the border crossing from Italy into Seborga. But since there is no chair inside the official guardhouse, military installations of Seborga invaded, check. Yeah, but for that reason the guard is sitting at the bus station. And don't you laugh at the military of Seborga. Here you can see a monument from where Seborga invaded the Russian Empire, or maybe the Soviet Union. I'm not sure, it's from the Fronte Russo. Checking the modern Seborgian weapons. Is this World War I or World War II? I'm not so familiar. They were probably produced somewhere around Milan or Torino. And there is more to the incredibly old and honorable military history of the Principality of Seborga. See the Templar flag here? Waving in the wind with a little bit help from all the fruit. According to Templar tradition or legend, the first, 7 or 9 or 11 knights of the Templar order were anointed in this little mountain chapel. And actually here they have monuments to each one of them. See? Oh, and the first Grand Master of the Templar Order is called Pagan. I see why they were put on trial by the church. They have monuments to several Templar Grand Masters who protected Seborga, apparently. 1, 2. André de Montblanc. More Templar Grand Masters protected. Well, about 4 of them, it seems, protected Seborga. Are there more? Nope, there are 4. Now, well, searching for the remnants of the city walls of Seborga. Yeah, Seborga was quite an... Now it's a small mountain country, but it used to be quite an important place. Like the, what was it, the Benedictine or some other order bought this place. And then they started minting their own money here. If you make your own money in the Middle Ages, that means you are a bigwig. Not everybody can do this. However, the bigger bigwigs in the area, like the state of Piemonte, that later became the state of Italy, and what was the other one? And the city of Genova, they banned that money on their territories. And then later, Seborga lost some importance, and actually it kind of became part of Italy until a couple decades ago. A couple flower merchants came together. Why flower merchants? Well, if you look around here, you see olives. Olives are the traditional cash crop of Seborga, but in the 19th century, since we are on the Riviera dei Fiori, the Riviera of Flowers, flower production became important. Here we can see a greenhouse, and there are more on the other side. And also we see those strange plants on the slope. Bluish, whitish, purplish. Those are eucalyptus, acacias, brooms, and other plants which are planted here to be cut in spring. Branches, flowering branches are cut in spring and are being sold in flower shops throughout Italy and the rest of Europe. The Riviera dei Fiori for the last 100 and something years has been the main provider of flowers, especially in winter and spring in Italy and in most of Europe. And so a couple flower producers and flower merchants came together and said, wait a moment, let's see, after the Napoleonic Wars, did they mention that Seborga becomes part of Piedmont? Nope. After the Italian state was created, in the founding document of the Italian state, is the Principality of Seborga mentioned that it's included in the state of Italy? Nope. So we find a lot of old documents that say that Seborga is an independent state, with city walls, with the right to mint money, with its own prince and stuff like that. But we don't have any documents that this state was ever abolished. That means we are still independent. Yeah. So let's see what other crops are so independent Seborgese have. Here is a myrtle. Wonderful aromatic Mediterranean thing. However, it seems the flowers dried due to drought. Yeah, no myrtle fruits this year. Among the olives, which are still an important cash crop, there are a couple loquats. Loquat season is over. Behind them a fig season just starting. Behind them kaki season has to wait a couple weeks. Behind them a couple cherries and maybe apricots. Here a little lemons. I'm not sure if lemons were grown traditionally that high up in the hills. A couple kilometers further down, yes, but here they might have been an important cash crop in the 19th and 20th century, but I don't know. I mean, they're a little bit more frost sensitive than olives and replaced olives partially on the lower slopes, but here we are a couple kilometers inland. So tell me, folks, are lemons a traditional Seborgese crop? What's definitely not the traditional Seborgese crop are black walnuts from North America, but they're edible, man. However, it seems that due to the dry summer, they will stay kind of smallish. We are already in early August. They have a couple more weeks to grow, but this year they will not grow to huge sizes. What do we have down there? Grapes and pumpkins and tomatoes. Maybe let's go closer to some garden. What is the big tree down there? Do you think it's a walnut tree or a pear tree? The big one down there.
Pear tree, maybe.
Maybe a pear, maybe a walnut. Also, I guess the blackberries here are forageable, but this year was definitely too dry. I don't see a single fruit on the blackberries and not even flowers. But I see a lot of feral black walnuts. It's invasive here. And also, in order to fight the drought, everywhere on the Riviera dei Fiori, you find those round water tanks, sometimes in groups. And here between the olives, there is one of those acacias used for the sale of flowers. I don't know if lavender was a traditional cash crop of Seborga, but here in front of the Templar church, there is a sizable patch. So the invasion force is on its way. But to be honest, we asked nicely. We wrote a letter to the prince, well, an email. Was it an email or was it a WhatsApp message? We wrote an official Instagram message to the Prince of Seborga and the office of the crown, or what, who answered?
Like a page, touristic page.
Okay, and the touristic page of Seborga answered us. Sorry, the prince is not in charge anymore. He has been dethroned. What was it? He separated from his German wife, correcto?
Yeah, probably.
And the wife got the country. And unfortunately, the German wife, I guess this is the only part of Italy still occupied by the Germans. And the German wife, unfortunately, currently is abroad. That means that all the fruit cannot establish official peaceful relations with the Principality of Seborga. So, invasion it is. The invasion force is underway, loaded heavily. Following the great fruit thief is the beautiful but camera-shy assistant carrying 2 backpacks and 2 fruit bags. We've come prepared, we've got siege equipment. We have enough fix to last us through a long campaign of attrition. Don't look at this monument. It's to King Umberto I of Italy, but it's old. It's from the 1920s. It's from the time when the Seborghese still hadn't figured out that they're actually independent. A lot of brass on this monument. What's the price of brass? But now the Seborghese have finally freed themselves from the Italian yoke. Look at that. More border crossings here. Also the heavy armament of the Seborghese army. A lot more brass. The Barons Sabine and Michael von Thielmann. Yeah, they donated this cannon to the Principality of Seborga to protect their power. And look how many guardhouses. I mean, how many guardhouses are here in the huge beer garden of Seborga? Of course, since they have German princes, German barons, of course they will have by far the biggest and most impressive beer garden in all of the Riviera. And the beautiful but camera-shy assistant is running, but the camera is faster. The assistant is fast, but the camera is faster. Well, in the beer garden, 2 more posts, 5 flags, and of course, I guess that this is where the K9 unit of Seborga is. Oh no, they don't have a K9 unit, they have a cat unit. The Seborgian army has an official cat unit for cats only. Oh, and apparently the cats, oh, this might be the most dangerous projectile. Isn't this banned by Geneva Convention? Biological warfare. They're shooting angry cats at people. Where is the entrance? Ah, here is the official entrance to the cat barracks. And in the background, those blackberries might ripen. Also, it's a little bit strange to see Norwegian maple growing together with holm oaks, olives, and acacia. Norwegian maple, as the name says, the Germans call it Bergahorn, the mountain maple. It's more of a high mountain thing. By the way, is it a Norwegian maple, Acer pseudoplatanus? Or was the Norwegian maple Acer platanoides? Well, this is definitely Acer pseudoplatanus, the mountain maple in German. Edible seeds, very nectar-rich flowers, and also you can tap the stem for the sweet sap in spring. It's the sugar maple of the European mountains and Nordic areas. Okay, beautiful, but camera-shy assistant said that that Norwegian maple is platanoides, but this is pseudoplatanus. What is pseudoplatanus in English? Well, in Italian it's apparently also acero di monte, maple of the mountain, but in inglese per favore. Non siamo in Italia, siamo nel Principato Indipendente de Seborga qui, con una dinastia germanica. Oh, okay, this is called the sycamore maple. I'm sick of those English names. From the impregnable fortress of the beer garden of Seborga, let's look down because we see interesting stuff. Here we see the Mediterranean macchia, a cherry tree, a where is it? A fire thorn, more sycamore maples, the white flowers of the wild carrot, or the wild flowers of the white carrot. Here a citrus overgrown by the brambles, blasphemy. Here a white mulberry, see the yellowish leaves, And to the right of it, very interesting, a black mulberry. This is a black mulberry. Of course, I cannot see the fruits from here, but from the leaves and from the growth form, I'm very sure that the one on the left is a white mulberry and the one on the right is a black one. We need to go down there and check them out. Around the mighty artillery, there are Peruvian pepper trees. Their pepper is much hotter than that of the related Brazilian pepper tree. Maybe they are planning to commit more war crimes and load the canyon with them. There is a famous German robber, like a Robin Hood figure of Germany, but without the sissy English thing. This was just a very famous thief who used to load his huge pistol with peppercorns. So this German dynasty maybe is thinking about loading their huge cannon with sharp Peruvian peppercorns. Traversing the giant ceremonial beer garden takes a lot of time. Maybe that's how they are keeping their Monegas or Genoese or Nicois speaking subjects in check. Pane et circenses, like the Roman emperor said, bread and games. But here the German emperors, they introduce beer and cannons. Since Seborga is not a member of CITES, ivory is being legally traded here. So we wanted to buy Seborgese money, but it seems that this is still a privilege of the church. And the nice lady who was selling the ivory told us that only the Templars are selling the traditional Seborgese money. What other order was here after the Templars got destroyed? What are the Benedictines or some other? The ones who made money here. Apparently now the Templars are minting the local currency. Found something better than money. Food. Blue passion fruit has overgrown this fence. The blue refers not to the fruit but to the flower, if you are wondering. So my beautiful but camera shy assistant now researched this. It's the Order of Saint Bernard, you know, the big hairy dogs, and the Chevaliers and the Cavaliers of Seborga. Now let's enjoy the spoils of a successful conquest. Not bad. Here my levy, my retainer participate in the feast, in our victory feast. Let's see what else we have here. Mediterranean stone pine, the big round crown here. An apricot next to a broom that is being pruned every spring to sell the flowers to flower shops throughout Italy. Unfortunately, due to the small size and remote area of Seborga, and due to the fact that it is an enclave of Italy, they are highly dependent on the bigger and stronger country for economic reasons, so they have to sell the beautiful flowers of Seborga to Italy. So Italy is the only state in the world that completely encompasses 3 other states: Seborga, Vatican City, and San Marino. And also, since Seborga is an absolute monarchy, no civil rights here. Big Brother is watching you even on the main street. Big Brother forgot to water the laurel cherries. They are fruiting right now around here, and I would like to eat some because it's too late for the normal bird cherries, but those are not doing good. Now we have to search the different coats of arms around here. We are looking for the Templar coats of arms because there we can acquire the local currency in order to participate in the local business. I guess this is here the red department. This is the Seborgese department. More Seborgese, more Seborgese, more Seborgese. Ah, they are the Templars. After the Templar Order was destroyed in most of Europe, mostly by the French king and the Roman Pope, with a little help of their friends, the Holy Roman Emperor, they persisted in one European country. Well, you guessed it, Seborga, in the hidden passages of the ancient capital, behind the trash bins, and with all the cute cats. And I guess this is Rapunzel, Ginger Rapunzel. Oh yeah, as far as I know, the laws of Seborga are not the Italian laws. They adapted the Danish civil code. So, hygge folks, that's all I know about Denmark. Oh, and that they kinda own Greenland, except according to some yellow Donald Duck guy. Entering the Templar Church. Ciao, vogliamo comprare soldi di Seborga? Look at that. Here they have some other memorabilia, but we are interested in the real deal, in the legal tender in this country. Incredible. The Templar Order, the bankers of Europe, they somehow have trouble providing us with money right now. The times are hard for everybody. But look at the beautiful... Could this be Roland's horn? Possible. The money changer is wearing the Templar cross and right next to it Thor's hammer.
No.
No, questo non è il martello di Thor?
No.
No.
Questo è...
Questo,
no.
Questo
Questo
no?
è il Tao.
È il Tao. Ah, no è il simbolo nordico del dio vichingo di Thor?
Ah, può anche essere, Può essere.
Ah, ok.
Può anche essere.
So, yeah.
Perché è stato usato, è un simbolo molto vecchio, quindi può essere stato usato da tante persone.
Ah, okay. So here they are very tolerant when it comes to religious symbols, I guess. And here is another Templar with Thor's hammer and with some clothes slightly reminiscent of the Old South. So we acquired the coin of the local currency, 15 cents. However, I was assured that actually the 15 cents are worth $6 US. I paid 10 European euro, but they told me that I can resell it again for 20 European euro. It's a bargain. I'm sure it's a bargain. And they gave me a receipt and kept the copy for the taxes. Dude, you don't mess with the taxes. The revenue, they got Al Capone when the FBI was unable to get them. And the revenue got the Templars. Doesn't matter if you are the first bank of Europe. If the revenue is after you, the pyres are burning. And since they don't want the pyres to be started again, they do everything very correctly for the revenue. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mother-in-law cushion, the super toxic Adenia obesa, Tibuchina, asparagus fern, which is not a fern but an asparagus. Here some rarer thickberry species. È molto bello questo giardino piccolino, mi piace molto i fiori. Grazie molto. This guy was looking like he wanted to arm himself. Here a nice yucca. Here some sempervivum. Here some isoaceae, money tree. Beautiful, but nothing really edible. And of course, the Templars have a library. Osteria, Capella. Oh, there is another Templar chapel. Interesting. And also a bunch of interesting fuchsias growing here. Fuchsia fruits are edible. The ancient murals of the order and the local mascots of the order with a little tomato growing out from the red door. It's so cute. Terry Pratchett once wrote a book about the rats living as equal citizens in a town together with humans. I guess he meant the Principality of Seborga. The Tick Museum, Museo della Zecca. What is a zecca?
Like ancient objects.
A zecca is an ancient object. I thought zecca are those little animals that bite people. Ah, no, that's the mint. That's the Museum of the Mint, where they used to print the money we just bought. Maybe we can loot some more money in that ancient museum. And here the knights are feasting behind this alcove. And did I mention the magnificent medieval Templar murals and the edible fuchsia fruits? From their exploits in foreign lands, the Templars have brought back many exotic plants. Look at this big elephant ear taro. Totally edible. Or at all those beautiful lily and palm arrangements here. And since the Principality of Seborga is really tiny, you build wherever you can. You build above the roads. One alcove, second alcove, third alcove. Each one of those is a house where, a couple more children, and suddenly you have to invade the next road. But they have swallows, so I guess it's blessed. Da 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 da. The Great Seal of the Templars in the ancient pavement of the independent country. If you have any doubt that this has been a Templar stronghold for millennia, or the Templars don't even exist for millennia, then this is the end of all your doubts. My beautiful but camera-shy assistant is suggesting that we visit the Museum of the Ancient Prison. Don't you think that they will just keep us there?
No.
No? Okay, assistant, find the museum. Meanwhile, let's visit the National Cathedral. Maybe there are some more fruits to loot. What is this? Oh, I wondered that those Buxus has red flowers, but the red flowers have fallen down from up there. The ancient cathedral, the founding place of the Templar Order, can be entered. How was it? In Indiana Jones? Definitely without the signature hat. Remember all the traps from the last crusade? Yeah, this guy didn't escape the arrows coming out of the walls. And where is the big rolling boulder or the giant blades? Oh, we are in San Marino. Am I starting to confuse my Italian microstates? Suppleget imperio principi sepulcri monasteri lerinensis. And of course with the Templar cross, under law and order of the princess of Seborga. The old name is sepulchra because it comes from the ancient Roman word for funeral, monasteri, Lerinensis. I cannot translate Lerinensis. What is Lerinensis? What is this some certain order? The monastery of something, of somebody? It's definitely the monastery of some what? Yeah, with a little help from my assistant, Lerinenses are the Cistercian monks of Lerino. Yeah? Lerina? Well, some type of Cistercian monks, yeah. Sorry, folks. Has been quite some time since I had to use my Latin. Also, unfortunately, they have to pay tribute to the more powerful neighbor. Here, the King Umberto has been, or at least his family has been here. Yeah, of course, they have to honor them. Even before that, before Italy even existed, here the Queen of Savoy. Yeah, the surrounding part of Italy used to be the country of Savoy. You're a small country, you have to be nice to your big neighbors. Going on until modern times. This is the Prime Minister of Italy, Mauro Casale, with a granny. And apparently the local birdies don't like Mauro Casale too much because they've shot all over the picture. And look at that, in this shop that shows incredible trust in its clients, you are actually allowed to pay with the local money we just acquired. They are selling painter's equipment. But despite all the shitty Italian ministers, you can see Seborga never gave up its independence. This coat of arms was installed in 1896 with the local Seborgese cross and the crown on top, meaning we might have been conquered by mighty Italy, but little Seborga never gives up its independence. And now they have achieved, well, formal independence from Italy, but they're still kind of financially dependent. My little assistant says the GPS is quite confused. Well, I mean, Seborga is neither in the EU nor in NATO. Do you think all those fancy gadgets will work here? They might not be in NATO, but they're incredibly defensible. Imagine storming up such a road while the nonne are throwing flower pots from above. Nah, dude. Nobody, not NATO, not China, not even the Russian bear is gonna take this place by force. The official letterbox of Seborga. Look at this antiquity. They still have the official coat of arms of Seborga. And I guess too many people threw trash into the letterbox, but I'm surprised. This is definitely 19th century or very early 20th century, and it is with the official coat of arms of Seborga. So they really never gave up their independence. Again, San Marino and a Vatican cross right next to the... Yeah. And here again, the hammer of Odin. Oh my, no, the hammer of Thor. You know, the brother of Loki. Crazy. Oh, and look at that, the Bremer Stadtmusikanten, they are also here. Amazing. The impregnable mountain tunnels of Seborga. Switzerland has nothing on us, and ours are being defended by true crusaders. The sturdy fortifications of the town. The water reserves sufficient for a prolonged siege, or maybe not. Mysterious ancient magic herbs I cannot identify. I mean, even the Templars have pagan symbols here, so no wonder the French king was not amused. An ancient donkey trail. through the suburbs of the capital city. Old medieval pavement with some 20th century stuff in the middle, which is already looking quite old too. More defenders of the faith in the distance. Aloe vera, the cure brought back from the Holy Land by the Templars. It can heal any wound from Muslim scimitars and also sunburn from the hot desert sands. The Virginia creeper might sound like your uncle, but it's actually a grapevine from North America with non-edible fruits. And ivy might sound like your cousin, but it's another vine. And there is again some old Seborgian royalty. This looks almost like the Cinemorium coccineum of the Order of the Knights of St. John. Ah, well, they used to be good buddies with the Templars. After the Templars were burned, the Knights of St. John actually got most of their real estate. Pomegranate not looking too good, not a single fruit. Same goes for the kaki. Almost unexpected among all those tropical things. And no, that's a sour cherry, sorry. Sour cherry next to the lemon. Quite a strange looking sour cherry with short, thick branches. Or could it be some plum? But no, it looks like a cherry, very strange cherry. Oh look, the figs are ripe. Assistant, our war chest of figs is totally unnecessary here because the locals are ripe for plunder. Big almond tree in the distance. Decided to dump our stuff here and go for another round of looting and pillaging. There seems to be, this was the main cathedral, but there seems to be a Templar church there too. And we haven't found the prison yet. Oh, from a distance, the almond trees, I mean from closer up, the almond trees are even more impressive. I mean, look at that, those are some huge almond trees. Some of the oldest I've seen. Also ignore the sign that says Seborga is one of the most beautiful villages of Italy. This apparently only pertains to the... Oh, here are the Carabinieri. The Carabinieri Seborghese. This apparently is only valid for the Italian part of the town. As here you see, here is the crest. Antico Principato de Seborga. And we are independent. And we do grow lemons. And also huge old almond trees. Oh, mi scusa, qui è privato? Oh, ok, grazie. Oh, we just had a discussion about this thing in the WhatsApp group. I found a thing which I think is a hybrid between the yellow and the black nightshade in Germany. But this individual is not so nice. The fruit tastes like a boring tomato. And somebody said there is actually a town in Italy where they grow this for hundreds of years, but they say it's just a variety of the black nightshade. Yeah, not a very good genotype, this one. Here somebody is keeping their white mulberry in form with those bamboo sticks. So actually this old building with the Templar murals used to be the loggia of the Templars. As you can see, they also accept people in peak physical fitness. This lady here, she's taking care of the Templars garden even centuries after the order has been disbanded. So this building is where they used to live in this country. Yeah, those buttresses, they look military from the beginning. Yeah, this Templar house is for sale. And here a Templar on his trusty steed. Oh, and here the modern version of the Seborga national letterbox. They seem kind of popular here and more popular. They're prescribed by the state. No Seborgian house without Seborgian letterbox. So the prison, why is it so dark? The prison is supposed to be somewhere inside this block here. But I think it's where the granny came out. But at least we found something just as interesting, the olio di olive tagliace. Those are olives, very famous variety from Taglia. Now, what was it called, the town? Taglia? Arma di Taggia. Yeah, but the Seborgians say, the Tagians actually stole this olive from Seborgia, and we can prove it because we have one tree of this variety which is over 1,000 years old. That's actually the main treasure we are searching for in this country. We didn't find the tree yet. This is definitely not 1,000 years old, but we found a place where they sell the oil from their own production of this really famous and high quality variety. Okay, we found the Antico Castello, or as they would have written in antique times, Castellum Antiquum. The prison must be somewhere here. We are now in the center of the prison block. There are only little passages, really narrow stairs through this labyrinth, but which building exactly is the prison? Oh, light. They all have bars and Via Giuseppe Verdi, Corpo di Guardia degli Antichi Prigioni. That's the corpse of the guard of the antique prisons. Yeah, Le Prigioni. Do Italians write in Sütterlin? Can you read this? Comune di Seborgia, le prigioni, nel 954 anno domini il conte Guido di Ventimiglia sette il suo feudo de Seborgia all'abbazia benedittina dell'isola de San Onorato alle Rins. Can you read this?
A quel tempo l'abate, giusta la sua prerogativa di principe abbaziale, godeva fra l'altro anche degli ius gladi e sanguinis, cioè della facoltà di...
She can read it. My little Italian assistant can read it. I'm so proud of it. Like, when I start reading books like this, after just half a page, my head is exploding because here they are big, but the small ones... Oh, and look at this. This is something super rare, folks. This is one of the original photographs of the ancient battles between the Principality of Seborgia and Italy. Look, the Italian carabinieri in Italian uniforms, and here the Seborgian guard in Seborgian uniforms. It looks like they are just talking nicely to the carabinieri, but look, they are hiding the musket behind their back, and they are hiding something else behind their back. What is this? Maybe a secret Templar charm. Oh, and the swallows were just flowing in here. And also, look at that. Unbeknownst to the carabinieri, who are smiling, they soon will be smiling at the other back of their faces. The Seborgian artillery is in position. And look at that. There is a stick, a boomstick with a fire on the end. This armored Italian military vehicle is gonna be blown to smithereens within seconds. Oh, this is the most important historical document of this region. Look at that. The army of Seborgia defeating the Italian invasion force. I'm so honored to be in the presence of this photo. And probably if I talk a lot more about it, I'll soon end up inside this prison. Oh, okay. It seems that it's not too well. Okay, my assistant is really getting some stomachache. She's trying to show me the little swallow's nest. Oh, Piccolini, you are so cute. You can almost reach up and pick her out of the nest. Of course, I would never do this. Old Italian towns are like anthills. I'm telling you folks, you don't want to be the invading force here. You're gonna get your asses handed to you very soon by the super strong grannies and their furious gatos. Oh, sorry, it's gatti, of course, gatos is the Spanish term. Haha, through cunning questioning of the locals, we found out where the Baronessa is hiding. Oh, look, the vehicle of the Baronessa, but it's not German, it's French. The Baronessa is hiding above the restaurant. What was it? It Barcellino? Well, but let's rob the Templar chapel first. A nice, pretty old olive tree, but the one we are looking for is about 20 times the age of this. And as I said, while the olives are the ancient traditional cash crop of Seborga, here we have a whole plantation of eucalyptus, and in spring they're gonna cut off the beautiful flowers, or later they're gonna cut off the beautiful fruits and sell them for flower arrangements. And look, that not a traditional, not a too traditional cash crop. Well, it is quite traditional for Liguria. The banana. Yesterday we managed to plunder a whole bunch of bananas, and now two are lying down here. The ancient bunkers and fortifications of Seborga. A nice lemon in front of the olive tree. And here another ancient bespoke Templar mural. I think it's depicting a troubadour scene from the late Middle Ages. But why the Templars blue? I'm blue, dabba-dee-dabba-doo. What are those? More sour cherries and plums. Those are plums, those are sour cherries. And look, the sour cherries have gone feral. See, in the background there is the main stem of the sour cherry, but the suckers have taken over half of the garden, and they are fighting with the suckers of this plum. See the plum in the background? The plum has produced suckers, the cherry has produced suckers, and here the battle between both of them is going on. I think the cherry is kind of winning. The GPS is basically at the end of its accuracy in those tunnels. We must be very close. There are Templar flags all everywhere here. Also big lemon tree in the background. However, we think that we rather must go back into the medieval maze. Oh, the cats are fighting. And wow, squirting cucumber. A lot of squirting cucumbers. Oh, in this old cat sanctuary where the cats are fighting, they have squirting cucumbers. But we need to find the Templars. Oh my god, how many arches above one another. More tunnels. Secret little trails. Oh, old luck charms, and look at that, I've never seen a horseshoe in that shape. A ring-shaped horseshoe. No, that's something you don't see every day. More. Attenzione alla testa. Collezione privata Minervini. Oh, that's a private collection of Seborgian. Oh, let's see this. Oh, and there is nobody here. Huh? So who is preventing me from pocketing all those beautiful ancient coins and medals of the Principate of Seborga? And here we have the prince. What was his name of this German guy? Yeah, but just tell me who is preventing me from pocketing. He is preventing me from pocketing all those ancient metals. Guess this is the crown prince of Seborga. Oh, can I marry into the loyal family? Can I become a loyal son-in-law of the royal family? The princess looks kinda cute. Look at her. Would you like to marry her assistant?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, then we fight and the winner marries her. Also, here is finally some paper money. High quality paper money with her high quality face on it. Oh my god, this money must see a lot of action around here. I mean, it's a place with a very active economy. Cute. And look at that. Not only Micronesia, but also Seborga has those ancient giant stone coins. Also, this is direct archaeological proof that the Seborgans invented the wheel and used it in conjunction with animals. However, I don't know exactly what they did it. It involves horses for sure and wheels. Oh, here again the cute princess, which we have to fight over. But no distraction. Where are the Templars? Are you a Templar? No, this looks more like Sister Cienzia. No? Aha. This one looks more like a Templar. And again, Templar signs. Antico Castello bed and breakfast. Nope, I want the Templar. The Templar chapel. Where is it? More signs. More Templar flags. Also Romanesque arches. Oh Madonna. Also narrower and steeper. This looks kind of private, and look at all those arches here. Wow. My assistant sets there in order so that the cities don't collapse. Aha. This is the Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame burned down. Nah. Good that we left our heavy luggage behind, because I don't think this passage would have been wide enough for my backpack. And also, la porta è chiusa ma aperta. Per favore, quando uscite, chiudere la porta. La porta est fermée mais ouverte. S'il vous plaît, fermez la porte en sortant. Okay. Entering the only remaining anointed Templar church in the world. I once entered the Templar church, but it had been turned into a stable. This one still seems to be working. Templiares Salomonici, Pauperes Christi? Those were the bankers of Europe, and they call themselves the poor commilitones of Christ, the poor military bodies of Christ. Did they really call themselves that?
Yeah.
Wow. Ex voto, I guess they voted here. Okay, let's leave this sacred spot. They really called themselves the poor fighters of God. But they were the first bank of Europe. They were the first international bank of the European Union. The poor. Yeah, they had more gold than all the kings of Europe combined. Oh, now we are trapped. Now we are trapped with just a little, not even square, but trapezoid of sky high above us, 4 stories above us. Everything barred. Okay, let's run. And here the Air Force of Seborga is coming. I don't underestimate swallow poo. Gatto elettrico, electric cat. Oh, more secret weapons of the Seborgian army. Also, nice shoes. Oh, was this the princess? She has the same fashion choices as me. I guess this is the Seborga mobile, just like the Pope has a Papa mobile. At the end, we leave defeated. We couldn't find the Principessa. But wait, didn't the Tourist Information Bureau tell us that she's not here right now?
Yes.
Okay, so the kidnapping of the Principessa failed due to a lack of kidnappable Principesse in questa nazione. the harsh march back to the coast and to our naval base in the scorching August sun. The assistant has already deployed the special equipment. No sun ray must touch her pretty but camera shy face. Like the ancient Templars in this very same building, we are filling up our canteens before riding out into the parched desert. What are we riding on actually? Can you ride on assistance? Oh, the mineral treasures of Seborga hidden here in this garden wall. The long way down from the beautiful tiny country of Seborga to the coast at Bordighera. We'll probably see a lot more interesting stuff on the way down and show it to you. By the way, you might wonder, how does the stop it, it's okay, when there is a car, stop it, hijack it, hitchhike it. Yeah, you might wonder how the Italian state, oh, was this the Principessa? The legs look similar.
What?
Was this the Principessa on the motorbike? The legs look similar. Nice old trees, but we still cannot find the 1,000-year-old olive tree of Seborga. And they haven't answered? No. The custodians of the tree? Okay. Yeah, you might wonder how the Italian state is treating this plucky little country. I mean, if anybody has experience with such countries, it's the Italian state. As I said, they have two other enclaves, Vatican City and San Marino, on their territory. Well, they decided to just gracefully ignore it. They never imprisoned the prince. They never filed any lawsuits for unlawful occupation of Italian territory. What is this? Cherry plum, I think. The season is over. They just do their thing. They send their buses. They collect their taxes. I guess they also collected trash, although it did pile up quite a lot today. They provide electricity and other services. It's Italia. Piano piano. No problem. They want to be independent, let them play independent. But Seborga knows we don't play, we are.